Hey movie junkies, welcome back to another episode of Twin Flicks, where we always here celebrating the magic of movies and most importantly, physical media with you. Now this is a review I've been really excited for, and one that I wanted to get out a lot sooner than I was able to. But if you follow me on social media, then you know why I've had to take a break from YouTube and doing these reviews. But we're here today, and Arrow Video sent me early review copies of Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer on 4K UHD. Now, they didn't have the retail editions available, so they sent me these discs here, which does offer the identical 4K UHD restoration, color grading, all that good stuff with HDR and Dolby Vision. There's no differences. I just don't have the retail packaging. Now, like you, Conan is probably one of my favorite movies. I've had this Blu-ray for a number of years, and I could not wait to check out what they did with this 4K. Now, we'll be doing two separate videos for each movie. So this will be Conan the Barbarian, 4K versus Blu-ray, and then the next video will be Conan the Destroyer. So Conan the Barbarian comes at us with a new 4K restoration from the original 35mm negative, forming a native 4K DI, with HDR10 and Dolby Vision grading, and the restoration work was handled by Arrow Video with color grading accurately graded based on the original negatives provided by Universal. And this 4K, Arrow Video has provided all three cuts. There's the 2-hour and 9-minute theatrical cut, a 2-hour and 10-minute director's cut, and a 2-hour and 8-minute international cut. And all three cuts do offer identical 4K transfers. Alright, so let's dive into the world of Conan and see how this 4K UHD stacks up against the Blu-ray and if it's worth upgrading to. Conan has been completely rejuvenated with this new 4K master, and honestly, for lack of a better word, it's absolutely remarkable. The image quality is crisp, fresh, and sharper than I've ever seen it before, and with a new cleanup job, only cleaning up any kind of wear and tear from the negatives sitting in storage for a number of years. The HDR10 and Dolby Vision grading only enhancing what's already there, opening up the color gamut wider, displaying richer, stronger colors, along with some much needed color depth, with all various shades, tones, and colors on full display here that also looks much more stable now. And right off the bat with the opening credits, as we watch the blacksmith create the sword, it looks phenomenal with deep, hot vibrancy that glows, and throughout the film, the many shots of blood and gore looks more appropriate to crimson reds that are deeper and richer, giving a truer appearance. Fire is a nice standout, from pits, torches, and camps, looking outstanding with a nice strong yellow-orange presence and a slight tighter glow around it. Other primary colors are likewise strikingly vivid and bolder, while maintaining healthy, scene-appropriate colors, along with stronger-looking secondary hues. Skin tones are also much warmer here, looking more natural. The standout is Conan's sun-baked tan, where on the 4K it looks more appropriate, and on the Blu-ray it just didn't look very good. Color saturation has been slightly increased, injecting just a little bit of extra punch and life back into the image without it looking artificially boosted or too hot. And this especially helps with every scene. Contrast is also improved, adding a little natural brightness back into the image that helps with daylight scenes, but also works very well with more darkly lit and night scenes. Now, honestly, the Blu-ray didn't really have a lot of problems with the black levels, outside of the occasional crushing, and even when I compared the Blu-ray to the 4K, the Blu-ray still looked pretty sufficient within the black levels. But with this new 4K scan and the HDR and Dolby Vision applied, what this has done is enhance the black levels, giving more extra depth and stability, with pitch inky blacks and stronger, richer shadows that all penetrates deeper into the screen, drawing out much more information in the image. And because of this, I did notice more detail and color ranges in the darker scenes and night scenes. While it didn't look bad on the Blu-ray, the new 4K scan definitely gives it a leg up, giving night scenes a more authentic natural night appearance than what we had on the Blu-ray, where we're able to make out certain details and colors and even people and shadows. The 4K also has some much needed added depth and three-dimensionality to the image, which really helps in showcasing the scope and spaciousness of the production design, feeling the 2:3:5:1 frame, and this is one area that was unfortunately missing on the Blu-ray, where some of these same shots look pretty flat and dull in appearance. And one area of this 4K that dominates over the Blu-ray is with the details and texturals. It's an abundance here, which is no surprise given the extra lines with a higher resolution. Blades from swords, knives, daggers have a very nice natural sheen to them that reflect in the sun. And the costume designs looks outstanding. We can make out more complexity in the clothing and stitching. Facial close-ups are much sharper now, and skin close-ups look outstandingly sharp and clearer, revealing skin textures, complexions, strands of hair, even down to beads of sweat and Arnold Schwarzenegger's body definition. The background is considerably clearer now, allowing us to see more activity from any angle the camera is pointed in. All the way around, details stay impressively sharp and clear, making even the most mundane detail and object look impressive, from grains of sand. And I didn't notice any artificial sharpening or smoothing done, unlike with the Blu-ray that did push the sharpening a little too far. Another big reference point here is with the epic battle scenes. They are also handled much better here with this 4K that look much more stable, which was a slight issue with the Blu-ray, where it sometimes struggled to keep up with the action, looking slightly blurry with fast movement or camera tracking. And that's been fixed here with the new 4K scan that handles every action movement with precision and stability. It looks much, much better. We also have a nice healthy bit rate that starts out around 78 and topping out around 100 Mbps. And the grain structure is intact here with a nice tight fine layer of 35mm grain field, giving a true organic filmic appearance throughout the presentation. Alright, now let's dig into the audio presentation with this 4K, and Conan also boosts a newly remixed Dolby Atmos track and also a remastered DTS mono track, which sounds fantastic. However, we're going to focus on this new Dolby Atmos mix because it's pretty interesting. This is a pretty aggressive Atmos track, especially with Basil Poledouris' epic score at the forefront that dominates and energizes the film's experience. The low end handles the pounding drums exceptionally well, with much more power and oomph behind it. The score also sounds much more open and spacious, filling the listening area in all directions. Sound effects are also excellent, with expert precision from charging horses, cleans of swordplay, to atmospherics, even down to wind that envelops the surround experience. I will say though, I didn't see a whole lot coming from the height channels. They just didn't come into play much outside of the film's score. Dialogue is rendered crystal clear and fixed exactly where it should be, and we even hear occasional off-screen dialogue. Alright, so I'm giving Conan the Barbarian 4K UHD a video of 5 out of 5 and the audio of 4 out of 5. This 4K presentation absolutely worth upgrading from your previous Blu-ray, or if you don't already own Conan the Barbarian, it's worth every penny to add this into your collection. Alright, but now here's the real test here. Take a look and let me know what your thoughts are when you compare the differences here between the Blu-ray and this new 4K UHD presentation. Which do you like better? Head over to the comments section and let me know. Alright guys, well thanks so much for hanging out with me for a few minutes here and talking about Conan the Barbarian on 4K. I want to give a huge shout out to Arrow Video for sending us an early review copy of this 4K UHD. Let me know in the comments section if you plan on picking this one up. As always guys, keep doing your part and keeping physical media alive, and we'll see you next time.